Hey everybody, we are back with a new video. I've decided to do a haul. I get bored with my collection and I like to thin it out. I do frequently test and try out all of my fragrances. I have had a pretty substantial collection for years now. I'm close to 400 bottles. I decided to declutter. I've always got stuff on my Mercari. Right now I've sold everything but one fragrance. But I'm always throwing stuff up on my Mercari. I'm always trying out different fragrances. And I went through a couple things and found out a few things had spoiled. So that got me to go online and look. One of the fragrances that went bad, I was like, I love this fragrance. I need to go get it. So that started my journey. So this haul video is a affordable haul. I have decided to go and buy some things affordably. When I declutter, I usually cool it for a while. I don't go buy anything new unless there's stuff coming out. There are a few things that are coming out that I wanted to get, but for the majority, I've just been playing it cool and I wanted to just buy things that either replaced fragrances that I had that went bad, or I wanted to see what I could get affordably. So this is a haul that I did from eBay. I purchased 6 fragrances from different websites through eBay. eBay, you can find different sellers, and they're usually like perfume websites that sell on eBay, but these fragrances came from different sellers on eBay. I also purchased one fragrance from just a random seller on eBay. It was somebody who was decluttering fragrances. And then I also picked up something from Mercari because I had sold so much on my Mercari, I had money. I picked up a fragrance on Mercari. And then I also picked up a fragrance for a very good price on Amazon, which I've reviewed on my Instagram and here on my YouTube, so we will quickly talk about that. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is the new Naked Fantasy. I've already done reviews and everything, but it is in this haul. I did haul the new Naked Fantasy. I got this at Amazon for, I believe it was $27 or $28. Not very expensive, very affordable Naked Fantasy. I have tried wearing it a little more, so just for an update, there's a little bit of a dent in it. I still don't love it, but I don't hate it. It is basically just intimate fantasy. But this is part of my haul. I bought this around the same time. I've had it for maybe almost a month now, a couple weeks, but it is recently purchased during my haul, and I did get it on Amazon, and it was very affordable. So it's approaching a month that I've had this. I purchased it back on September 9th, and we're getting ready to approach the very beginning of October. So I did purchase this during my haul. It is relatively new. My backup fragrance, a backstock fragrance. While looking on eBay, found a backup bottle of my fave Britney Spears Fantasy in Bloom. This is really hard to find. So for those of you that watched my Britney Spears knockout video, you heard me say Fantasy in Bloom is extremely difficult to find, and it is. You can sometimes find it on Mercari, on eBay, on Britney Spears sites, but if you do, it's extremely expensive. A lot of times you have to get it from overseas. People are reselling it at $80+ for a 3.4 ounce bottle. I got this fully 3.3 fluid ounce wrapped sealed bottle for only $59 on eBay. The girl had it for sale for like $78 and she marked it down $59. She had 4 bottles left and I bought one. I have an extra bottle because this I wear regularly. I actually just wore it the other day. It's in my September roundup. So yeah, I'm excited. I got a backup bottle. Yay! I got a backup of Fantasy in Bloom and I got a backup of Rainbow Fantasy, 2 which I wear very frequently. The fragrance that I did get from eBay from a seller that was not part of my big haul and it was just kind of random was Parfums de Marly's Cassili. I believe it's pronounced Cassili. I did a little quick review about this on my Instagram. The girl was selling this. She was doing a declutter / moving sale. She had this listed for $98. That's insane because this is like a $200 to $300 perfume. I was actually looking for Meloria by Parfums de Marly, but I was afraid to buy Meloria because I didn't really know what it smelled like. I read all the notes, and there's a really big dupe of Meloria by Lalique called Amethyst, and I got that instead. That's in another video that you can probably check out on my Instagram or in my YouTube. I did post it earlier, but I really wanted a sweet, fruity, kind of juicy scent from Parfums de Marly. All my PDMs, which are behind me in my cabinet, are either super fruity, super musky, super rosy, super dark. Like, the only really fruity, sweet fragrance is Delina Exclusive, and even Delina Exclusive dries down very musky and rosy. So I was looking for a PDM that was like fruity, and only things left for me are either Darcy, Meloria, or Cassili. And I've smelled Darcy. I had a little sample of it, and I didn't like Darcy. It was too masculine and musky and old. So it was either Meloria or Cassili. And I had heard that Cassili was really peachy and kind of tart and kind of boring. But for $98 for a bottle that only was sampled, I mean, you can probably see it from my light, only used a little. She put in her comments, sprayed 15 times. The little silver thread came loose, and she said that the bottle had some light imperfections and the box was missing. I'm not that picky. I don't really care. And it was open to offers. I offered her the $98 minus her shipping charge, which made it $87, and I won the bid. And by the time I added back in the shipping out the door, I paid $98. And I think I got it for under $100. I think it was 98 something, like 98 and some change. So $86, $87, and then with shipping under $100 for a PDM. I mean, come on. And I even put a little video up about that. Like, you can't beat that. And it's pretty. It's actually what I wished Naked Fantasy would have smelled like. The peach and the fuzzy navel, like peachy apricot. This is what this should have smelled like. Like, if these could have made a baby. This is actually a really cool blind buy. I'm glad I got this. I did get that Amethyst by Lalique, and it's pretty. I don't know if I'll get Meloria. I now have this, so I feel like I'm good on PDM. I don't need every damn scent. I won't reach for this that much, maybe more in the spring or summer. It's now getting to be fall. It's pretty cold here. It's pretty. It has a weird, like, musky note to it that brings the tart out. I like it, though, and I actually really like the bottle. It's pretty, but what a deal. I'm all about this affordableness right now, so it really fit into this whole haul of affordability. So that was a really good find. My next thing that did not fall into the eBay category, it was on Mercari, and I love Mercari for this because when you sell stuff, you get your little bank of all your money. You either transfer it to your bank or you spend it. And sometimes I like just leaving my money in my Mercari bank and shopping. And one of the things that I shopped for was a fragrance that the last 2 times I went to Macy's in person, I walked past the Dior counter and I sniffed this. And one time I sniffed it and I thought, that's okay. It smells like Absolutely Blooming. And then the second time I went by and I sniffed it again and I actually sprayed it on my hand. And I kept sniffing it walking through the mall, and I'm like, damn, this smells really good. It was a new release that I didn't jump on because I just thought, well, whatever, another rose fragrance. But they didn't have it at Ulta, so when they had it at Macy's, I did those tests. And then just recently, I bought those fragrances I reviewed for you all from Macy's, that Lancôme, that J'adore, and the Paradox by Prada. Well, they sent me a sample of Dior's Rose in Roses. That's what I've been sampling. Well, I used my little sampler and sprayed it again and went to bed, wearing it to bed, and I fell in love with it. So I took my Mercari money and I bought a full 3.3 or 3.4, whatever size bottle this is, of Rose and Roses by Miss Dior. It's a 3.4 ounce bottle. This is an eau de toilette, and it is one of the strongest eau de toilettes I have ever used. This lasts forever. It is so pretty. The girl that was selling it literally did not have the box, had nothing. She just threw it in a box, wrapped it with some tissue. There were fingerprints all over it. The lid is like cracked so it spins. There was seriously fingerprints all over it. Like, I think she had just used it, got her finger wet, and then threw it in the box and sent it to me. So there was a little bit of usage, which I've used it since then, so I put more of a dent than she did. But I don't care. I got it for $8. After I used my Mercari money and paid for shipping and taxes, I paid $8.84 for this. $8.84, which, yeah, I had to use my money, but she still only listed it for like $72, which is not bad for the 3.4 ounce bottle because it's over 100. So I'm not upset at all. But it does remind me a little bit of Absolutely Blooming. But if you are a rose fan, this is a really soft, powdery rose with a very, very thick, masculine musk behind it. This is very mature and very masculine. This smells like a cologne almost. I was really shocked for such a petite, feminine, pretty, pinky, girly bottle. It smells very mature and masculine. Like, I was shook at how manly this smelled. When I wore it, I got a lot of compliments of people ignorantly saying, oh, what cologne are you wearing? What cologne are you wearing? Normally I get, are you wearing a perfume? Or what perfume is that? Or what fragrance is that? Everyone said, what cologne are you wearing? This smells like a man's fragrance. So Miss Dior Rose and Roses is very masculine, and I love it. It is a great play on sex. It is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love it. I love the bottle. It's super cute. It plays well when I have it on my tray with all my pink bottles. Super cute and a really good buy. So this is being re-released and re-pushed at Macy's for some reason. They're saying it's the new fragrance. I've tested it. The new fragrance that's at Macy's, I feel like is maybe a little heavier on the vanilla, and I feel like the bottle might be a little darker, but it's the same fragrance. So Jimmy Choo Fever is a super sexy vanilla patchouli floral. But this tester was only $33.86 on eBay. You can find testers of this Jimmy Choo on eBay very affordably. I got this. The bottle is gorgeous. The smell is strong. There's no weakness. It's not an old one. I checked it on the fragrance check website. It is 1 year and 2 months old. So it's not too old. They didn't sell me an old, backstock tester or anything. It's a relatively new tester. Beautiful scent. Perfect for fall. It reminds me a little bit of Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. It kind of has the vibe of YSL's Black Opium, but prettier. It has a weird dry down in it. It kind of smells like baby wipes. When I was wearing it driving to work the other day, I kept smelling my hand going, why do I smell like a clean wipe? Like a clean wipe, a baby wipe. I don't dislike it though. Jimmy Choo fragrances always hit it out of the park. I think Jimmy Choo has some of the best fragrances, period, dot. The next thing I got is technically a replacement. It also is a Jimmy Choo. I mentioned, I think, in my stories on my Instagram, while testing and decluttering, I went through and grabbed a fragrance I hadn't grabbed in a while, and that was Jimmy Choo's Flash. I had a 1 fluid ounce bottle, or maybe a 2 fluid. It was a smaller one. I just know that much. And I went to spray it on, and I noticed the liquid was also brown. And I thought, oh no, this spoiled. And when I checked the time frame, I had it for almost 10 years. It was a 9-year-old bottle. I bought it back in 2012. So it got its use. It smelled awful on my skin. It stunk. It smelled very pungent. There was a hairline of the actual fragrance, but nothing good. So I went on eBay and I started searching for Jimmy Choo Flash, and I found an actual box, no tester, and I believe I paid in the $40 range. And it was for the 3.3 fluid ounce. So I got the big full-size bottle of Jimmy Choo Flash, and it was under $50. I believe I paid $44 to $48 for this, and I got it off eBay. And I love it. It still has that same smell, but without the rotten vibe. If you know Flash, you know Flash. This scent is so unique. It smells like licorice to me. I think it has a licorice vibe. It's very unique. White floral, a little bit of powder. It has a bite to it, like a resin licorice bite. It's so unique. The cool thing is, mine that I wore out, it spoiled, and I don't feel like mine ever really had the power it should have, because when I sprayed this when I got it, and just now again, and granted it is a cold day, it's in the 40s to 50s here, this smells a little different. And I don't know, because my bottle was 9 to 10 years ago, or was it 12 years ago? 9 to 10, because it was 2012. It smells a little reformulated. Like my Flash that I had from 2012 was a little thicker on that licorice, dark, almost like dark bite note. Like there was almost like a tobacco note to it. This is like a little bit more floral. It's got a little bit more white floral to it. I like it. I do feel like it was changed a hair bit from the 2012 one, but I still like it. It's better than Jimmy Choo Blossom, which is in a very similar bottle. I also have. It sits up there. I don't wear Blossom a lot, but this is really good. It has a really, really pretty bite to it that I can't explain. You can read the notes and try it, but you need to try this scent. Pick it up for less than $50. It's on eBay, and I'm sure there's tester bottles and tester boxes that'll probably bring it into the 30 range. This is an affordable haul. This is a safe blind buy if you like floral, and if you like a floral with a little bit of a spice or a little bit of a tinge to it. It's different. It's not safe for work. I wear it to work, but I like being seen. I like being heard. So if you're somebody that likes being seen or heard, Jimmy Choo Flash. This is one of my signature fragrances that I used to wear a lot prior to me having 400 fragrances. I stopped reaching for it for a while. That's why my bottle went bad. So I was thankful I was able to pick it up affordably in this haul. And I missed it because it smells really good. I only get Juicy Couture fragrances because most of the time the bottle is just really cute. I skipped out on this fragrance when they released it because the bottle was a little too kitschy, but I thought, oh, that's cute. It was actually at Ulta, and I got to spray it a couple times and test it, and I got nothing from it. I thought, oh, okay, that's boring. It smells like 3 or 4 other Viva La Juicies. I actually ended up purchasing it for a girlfriend of mine. She wanted it, and I bought her a big bottle. Of course, I didn't open it when I bought it for her, so I have purchased a big bottle of it before, but it wasn't for me. So while searching for all these fragrances, I saw a 1 fluid ounce bottle of this was on sale for like $18. So I bought it. And that is Le Bubbly. Viva La Juicy Le Bubbly. It is a cute little bottle. I mean, the little bubbles are so cute. I just thought, for like $20, why not? I mean, sometimes the miniature bottles are just so cute. So I got it. I just thought, look at the little bubbles. It's so cute. And I do like the juicy bottles. I kind of collect them. And I thought, again, for that price, why not? I wanted to try it. So I got it. And I remember the day I got it, I thought, oh, it is cute. The big bottle is cuter because it actually has a charm of the bubbles. And the bigger bottle has more bubbles. So it's not as cute as a big one would have been. But it's still cute. The fragrance, though, actually surprised me. I sprayed it on a tester strip, and it lasted on the tester strip for almost 2 days, 48 hours, no joke. It smelled better than I realized. I don't know if it just performed better in cool weather, but this has like a champagne vibe, a star ants vibe, like a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of floral. It was more than I remembered. Not bad. definitely get more champagne and floral than I remembered. So I think I'll actually wear this a little more than I expected. I was definitely tripped out. It's prettier than I remembered. So not a bad blind buy, and definitely affordable. So this is a good haul. So if you want something that's a little more crisp and a little more grown up, it definitely has a pop to it. A lot of juicies are just white floral, kind of sugary sweet. This is more crisp and a little more, I don't know, grown up. I have Prada Candy Night now, which I recently talked about. I have the Prada Floral, which is kind of in the same bottles. I've tried Prada Candy, and it's okay, but I didn't want it. There was another Prada, I think it's called Kiss. It's in the, like, white and pink. It was too lemony and sugary, like confectionery sugar. Ugh. The one that I was holding out on, and I had been recommended by several friends to try, was Prada Candy Gloss. And I found a tester of gloss. And this is the big size bottle. The only other Prada that I have this size is the Floral. So I've got Candy Night, and then I have Candy Liu. L-E-A-U. Liu. I think that's how you pronounce that. It's not Liao. I was saying Liao, and I think it's Liu. But they're in the smaller bottles where you actually can take the lid off. They're like 1 fluid ounce. This is the big, what is it, 2.7. So you squeeze out the fragrance from the top of the lid, which I will say is troublesome. I love Floral, and I love to spray it, but it's hard to spray these Pradas with this lid. It's like a little umbrella. It gets it all over the inner part of the fragrance bottle, and it sprays out on you in like a liquid, like juice. You're spraying yourself with juice. You don't get a true fine mist. I wish all of the Pradas you could just pull the lid off on. I really prefer the 1 fluid ounce bottles because you can pop the top off on. So that's just a little complaint I have. But I got Prada Candy Gloss. This was like $47. Very good deal because this is not a cheap fragrance. But I got Prada Candy Gloss, nice pretty pink. It does have the etched glass that says tester. It says gloss tester. Good price, under 50 bucks. This is not a cheap fragrance normally. This is so good. I got this and waited to try it. I read all the reviews about it. People say that it's a nice almond cherry with a little bit of a pop to it. A lot of people compared it to Lost Cherry. Some people were saying it smells like the new Cassili. A lot of people said it smelled like a typical cherry scent. There was a lot of comparison to Lost Cherry. I have Lost Cherry. I have Cherry Smoothie. I have all kinds of cherry scents. And right now, cherry is really hot. So that's kind of what pushed me to get this. This does not smell like your traditional cherry scent. This has reminiscence to Lost Cherry, yes, but Lost Cherry stays cherry all day long. You spray Lost Cherry on you, like I have my little Lost Cherry sprayer right here. You spray this on, you get cherry all day. This is cherry, 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 synthetic fake cherry. You spray this on and you don't get just cherry. You get almond, you get candy, you get flower, you get spice, you get lipstick, you get musk. This smells like a cherry lipstick with like vintage powder. I was wearing this to work yesterday and somebody said, where is that overwhelming smell of Play-Doh coming from? And I was like, me. And they were like, what? And I said, it's me. And he sniffed me and he goes, yeah, you smell like cherry Play-Doh. And I was like, yeah, it's my fragrance. And he's like, that smells so good though. And he's like, but it smells like Play-Doh. And he was losing it. He couldn't get over it. He's like, why do you want to smell like Play-Doh? And I was like, because I do. But everybody kept complimenting this fragrance. They're like, it smells so good, but it smells so weird. It's just how it was. Wow. I mean, 10, 11 hour use out of this. And I mean, I wet myself though with this. Because like I said, the sprayer, I mean, my arm was coated. Like I tried to get my pulse point here and it like coated it and kind of dripped down my arm. So you kind of have to overspray with Pradas in this size only because of the sprayer, but I'm an oversprayer anyways. I like to wear my fragrances. Plus, I have so fucking many. I overspray anyways because I'm not afraid to go through a bottle. If I love it enough, I'll rebuy it. If I don't, hey, we had a good time. But I was like, I drenched myself, like, went all out. And it was so good. So I don't know if maybe my overspray made it so strong, potentially. But either way, great fragrance. So good. If you like cherry fragrances, and cherries are so great right now, get this. It's so good. Jergens, that cherry lotion that everybody loves, that nostalgia, the almond in it, this has that almond vibe. But there's a spice to this. A really warm, gourmandy spice that just works. Love this. Not my favorite. I still love Floral, but I like this more than Night. Prada Candy Night, which I said I really liked. They're totally different vibes. This is good, and I like this way better than Lou, the L-E-A-U, Lou, which I really like that. It's more in the floral range. So this is gourmandy and a candy, bubblegummy, cherry, floral way. And then floral has its own lane of floral, which the Lou is kind of in that too. And then Candy Night is, you know, gourmandy, chocolate. They have their space. Another really good buy. Under 50 bucks on eBay. Just get the tester. It still comes with that little black thing that you put in the lid. So I was not disappointed. Haul of affordability. That's what I want to call it. My haul of affordability. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I like purchasing things affordably. I have more affordable hauls coming. We'll see what I got. I love to get things cheaply, and I want to know what you guys think. Give me some feedback. If you have any of these, what do you think? If you're excited about going and buying stuff affordably, look into eBay. It is a good way to save money. Get things that you haven't had and try them out. I'm really tricked out with some of these that I've ignored for a while, like that Prada and that Jimmy Choo. Like, they were super surprising. Like the video, comment below, leave me some feedback, and I hope you enjoyed. I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.